These 8 warning signs of mini strokes in older individuals can be deadly, so it's important to act quickly. Did you know that 1 in 3 individuals who suffer a mini stroke, also referred to as a TIA, transient ischemic attack, will eventually experience a full-blown stroke, often within just 48 hours? Even more concerning, research indicates that 10 to 15% of those who have a TIA will have a significant stroke within 3 months, with nearly half of those occurring within the first 2 days. However, the good news is that up to 80% of strokes can be prevented if warning signs are recognized early. Yet, 1 in 4 adults over the age of 25 will have a stroke during their lifetime, and the risk doubles every 10 years after turning 55. For our elderly family members, this is a crucial concern. Many strokes often go unnoticed because their symptoms can be subtle and may only last a few minutes. However, don't be deceived that these are red flags that your body is sending you. In fact, 35% of individuals who experience a TIA may not even realize it has happened, putting them at even greater risk. In this video, we will outline the 8 warning signs of a mini stroke that you cannot overlook. These signs may appear minor, but they could mean the difference between life and death. Why should you continue watching? Because strokes are more frequent than you might realize, and their consequences can be devastating. The good news is that recognizing these warning signs and acting promptly can greatly decrease the risk of a significant stroke. Indeed, taking the correct actions could save a life, perhaps even yours or a loved one's. So, are you prepared to learn what to watch for and how to act quickly? Let's get started. Your awareness could make all the difference. A brief disclaimer: this video is intended for educational purposes only and should not replace professional medical advice. Please consult your healthcare provider for any medical concerns. To comprehend many strokes, it is essential to first grasp the 2 main types of strokes. Ischemic strokes, which make up approximately 80% of all strokes, occur when blood flow to a part of the brain is obstructed, typically by a clot. This blockage deprives brain cells of oxygen, causing damage or death to those cells. There are several ways ischemic strokes can happen. One common method is thrombosis, where a clot develops directly in the brain's blood vessels. Another method is embolism, where a clot forms in another part of the body, breaks loose, and travels to the brain. Small vessel blockages, known as lacunar strokes, also fall under ischemic strokes. These often arise from long-term untreated conditions such as high blood pressure, high cholesterol, or diabetes. Conversely, hemorrhagic strokes involve bleeding either in or around the brain. This can happen when a blood vessel in the brain ruptures, resulting in bleeding that places pressure on brain tissue. Alternatively, bleeding may occur in the subarachnoid space, the area between the brain and its outer covering. This type of stroke is frequently caused by issues such as aneurysms or high blood pressure. Now that we have discussed the basics of stroke types, let's delve into the 8 warning signs of a mini stroke that you should be aware of, starting with sign 1, facial drooping and numbness. The first significant warning sign typically presents as sudden numbness or weakness, especially noticeable on one side of the face. Picture your facial muscles abruptly feeling heavy, almost like they've gone to sleep, similar to when your foot falls asleep after sitting for too long, but far more serious. This occurs because the brain's motor cortex, the area responsible for regulating facial movements, is not receiving sufficient oxygen. When this happens, you may notice one side of your smile drooping or feeling numb, akin to the sensation of dental anesthesia without any recent dental work. The brain's sensory pathways, which usually relay information about touch and position, become temporarily disrupted. This disruption can extend beyond the face to include an arm or leg on the same side. To get a bit technical, each hemisphere of your brain controls the opposite side of your body. When blood flow to one side of the brain is interrupted, it affects the opposite side of your body. Time is incredibly critical in this scenario. Even a few minutes can make a significant difference in preventing lasting damage. Sign 2 involves balance and coordination issues. When someone experiences sudden dizziness or balance difficulties, it's often because the cerebellum, The brain's balance center located at the back of the head is not receiving enough blood. Think of the cerebellum as your body's internal gyroscope, constantly making small adjustments to keep you steady. When its oxygen supply is compromised, these adjustments become erratic or halt altogether. The sensation can be overwhelming, making the world seem to spin or tilt. Some describe it as feeling as though they're on a boat in turbulent waters, even while standing still. This is not the typical lightheadedness you might feel after standing up too quickly. It often accompanies trouble walking in a straight line or maintaining normal posture. What makes this symptom particularly concerning is its sudden onset, which can occur without an apparent cause. Unlike vertigo resulting from inner ear issues, which generally develops gradually, mini-stroke-related dizziness typically strikes without warning and may be accompanied by other neurological symptoms. Sign 3 includes visual disturbances. Changes in vision during a mini-stroke can be particularly alarming since they often happen without pain. Imagine suddenly having a curtain drawn over one eye or seeing the world through a foggy lens. These visual disruptions occur when blood flow to the occipital lobe, your brain's visual processing center, or the optic nerve is temporarily compromised. Some individuals may experience a phenomenon known as amaurosis fugax, a temporary blindness in one eye described as a dark shade being raised or lowered over their vision. Others might see double images or lose peripheral vision on one side. This occurs because different areas of the visual pathway can be affected based on where the blood flow disruption takes place. The frightening aspect is that these visual changes can resolve completely within minutes, leading many to dismiss them as simple eye strain or fatigue. However, this temporary nature is precisely what makes it indicative of a mini-stroke. Your body is issuing a warning that something more serious could be on the horizon. Sign 4 pertains to speech and language difficulties. When blood flow is disrupted to Broca's or Wernicke's areas, the brain's language centers, speech issues can arise. These might present as slurred speech, similar to being drunk, or as aphasia, where you know precisely what you want to say, but the words won't come out correctly. It's like having the right keys but suddenly forgetting how to use them. This symptom can be particularly distressing as communication is so fundamental to our everyday lives. You might find yourself using incorrect words, such as saying table when you mean chair, or struggling to construct complete sentences. Some may describe it as having words stuck on the tip of their tongue, but more severe and sudden. The key difference from typical word-finding challenges is the abruptness of onset and the severity. This isn't simply forgetting a word occasionally, it is a significant change in your ability to communicate that occurs rapidly and may be accompanied by confusion. Sign 5 involves syncope and fainting episodes. Syncope, or sudden fainting, takes place when blood flow to the brain is critically diminished. Unlike ordinary fainting that might result from low blood sugar or standing up too quickly, mini-stroke-related syncope usually occurs without warning and may come with other neurological symptoms. Think of it as your brain's emergency shutdown mechanism when it isn't getting enough oxygen. These episodes generally last less than 5 minutes, but the recovery period can be longer. Unlike standard fainting, where you might feel lightheaded beforehand, mini-stroke-related syncope often happens without prior warning signs. Upon regaining consciousness, there might be lingering confusion or disorientation that wasn't present in previous fainting episodes. This is particularly dangerous since falls during syncope can lead to additional injuries, and the absence of warning signs means there is often no time to sit or lie down safely. If someone experiences unexplained fainting, especially if they are over 55, it should be treated as a medical emergency. Sign 6 includes sudden severe headaches. While headaches are common, mini-stroke headaches possess distinct characteristics. They often feel like a thunderclap, striking without warning. These headaches may accompany nausea, sensitivity to light, or neck stiffness but differ from migraines due to the rapid onset and intensity. The pain arises when blood vessels in the brain either constrict abnormally or experience changes in pressure. Unlike typical tension headaches that build gradually, these occur suddenly and may peak within seconds, lasting from several minutes to hours. Their sudden onset is particularly concerning. What differentiates these headaches from regular ones is their severity and abruptness. If someone who rarely suffers from headaches suddenly has a severe one, or if someone who experiences regular headaches encounters one that feels dramatically different, it warrants immediate medical attention. Sign 7 encompasses cognitive changes and confusion. Cognitive changes during a mini-stroke can be subtle yet significant. Imagine trying to complete a routine task, like making coffee, and suddenly forgetting the sequence of steps. This happens because blood flow to the frontal and temporal lobes, which are responsible for executive function and memory, becomes temporarily compromised. You may notice difficulty with short-term memory, such as forgetting a conversation that occurred just moments ago or struggling with basic problem-solving tasks that are normally simple. Some individuals report feeling as if they are thinking through fog or experiencing a haze. Experiencing a sudden difficulty in focusing on tasks that individuals usually manage effortlessly can be alarming. These cognitive shifts frequently occur alongside other symptoms, yet they may go unnoticed because they are less evident than physical indicators. What is particularly troubling about these changes is that they can be misinterpreted as normal signs of aging or fatigue, especially in older adults who might already face some mild cognitive hurdles. The final warning sign to consider is a sudden drop in mental sharpness or the capacity to concentrate. This situation is not simply a result of tiredness after a demanding day, it represents a significant and rapid shift in mental clarity. The prefrontal cortex, which serves as the brain's command center for attention and intricate thought processes, relies on a steady flow of oxygen to function effectively. During a mini-stroke, this oxygen supply can become temporarily diminished, leading to challenges in sustaining attention or finishing complex tasks. You might notice that you are unable to follow a conversation, solve crossword puzzle that you usually enjoy, or remember essential details during a discussion. This symptom is particularly alarming because it can be subtle and easily attributed to stress or fatigue. However, when it arises suddenly and is accompanied by other symptoms, it serves as a critical warning that necessitates immediate medical intervention. Now that we have explored the 8 warning signs, it's essential to recognize the risk factors that heighten the vulnerability of older individuals to mini-strokes. The likelihood of experiencing mini-strokes significantly escalates with age, but certain factors can further exacerbate this risk. Hypertension, or high blood pressure, is a leading cause. Over time, high blood pressure can weaken and damage blood vessels, increasing their susceptibility to blockages or ruptures. Similarly, elevated cholesterol levels can contribute to the development of arterial plaques, raising the chances of clots leading to transient ischemic attacks, TIAs. Obesity is another major risk factor, often associated with other health issues like hypertension and diabetes. Smoking also plays a harmful role by damaging blood vessels and lowering oxygen levels in the bloodstream. Additionally, a sedentary lifestyle intensifies these risks. Regular physical activity is vital for maintaining healthy blood pressure, cholesterol levels, and weight, all of which are crucial for stroke prevention. By addressing these risk factors, older adults can significantly lessen their chances of suffering a mini-stroke. Continuing with the topic of risk factors, poor nutrition is a significant lifestyle element that can elevate the risk of many strokes. Diets high in trans fats, saturated fats, and salt can lead to hypertension and high cholesterol, both of which are crucial risk factors. In contrast, a heart-healthy diet that includes plenty of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins can help reduce these risks. Additionally, leading a sedentary lifestyle can also contribute to this issue. Extended periods of inactivity may harm cardiovascular health, increasing the likelihood of blood clots and blockages. Chronic stress plays a significant role as well. Prolonged stress can result in high blood pressure and other health problems that boost stroke risk. Employing stress management techniques, such as meditation, relaxation, or counseling, can help mitigate this risk and enhance overall well-being. It's important to remember the acronym FAST: face drooping, arm weakness, speech difficulties, and time to call emergency services. Every moment is critical during a stroke, as brain cells can begin to die within minutes due to a lack of oxygen. Don't wait to see if symptoms resolve on their own. Call emergency services immediately if you observe any of these warning signs. The window for effective treatment is narrow, typically within 4.5 hours for certain interventions. Recognizing the warning signs and risk factors is only part of this solution. Knowing how to manage and treat mini strokes is equally essential. Modern treatments for strokes have advanced greatly. Clot-busting drugs like TPA, tissue plasminogen activator, can dissolve blood clots if administered promptly. Mechanical thrombectomy, where specialists physically extract clots using specialized tools, has revolutionized stroke treatment. Prevention following a mini-stroke often includes blood thinners such as aspirin or stronger anticoagulants. Your healthcare provider might suggest procedures like carotid endarterectomy to eliminate blockages in the neck arteries. With this knowledge, you are equipped to potentially save a life, perhaps even your own. Share this information with someone who might benefit from it. If you found this video useful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more health-related content that could be life-saving. Be sure to check out our related videos for additional health insights.